Most believe manifestation hinges on incessant affirmations, vivid visualizations, a relentless mental siege persuading oneself of the possible. The whispered truth, however, remains elusive. The gateway to quantum manifestation isn't solely cognitive. It resides within the intricate web of your nervous system. Picture this, repeating "I am abundant" ad infinitum, yet your body, gripped by the vice of stress, fear, survival instincts, remains unmoved. The universe, a mirror reflecting your innermost state, doesn't decipher mere words. It echoes the symphony of your being. A chaotic state begets chaos. Ponder this profound truth. Your nervous system, the sentinel at the threshold of perception, is the initial receiver of reality. Every sound, every touch, every event is meticulously filtered through this intricate biological network. If your body operates in a perpetual state of fight or flight, your perception narrows, your energy contracts, severing the vital connection to higher frequencies of possibility. Neuroscience corroborates this repeatedly. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his seminal work Becoming Supernatural, elucidates how chronic stress, fueled by cortisol and adrenaline addiction, traps the body in a repetitive loop of predictable pasts. The nervous system perceives a world perpetually devoid of safety. In this state of perceived vulnerability, the quantum field remains unyielding, reluctant to deliver the novel. This explains the frustrating impasse experienced by many. Visualizations are practiced, workshops attended, mantras chanted, yet transformation remains elusive. Not because the methods are flawed, but because the receiver is jammed, akin to attempting to tune in to a pristine radio station amidst a cacophony of static. Faint fragments of melody might reach you, but never the complete song. A stressed nervous system embodies this static, a pervasive interference. The quantum field, ever broadcasting infinite timelines, finds your body incapable of locking on to the signal. Until you master the art of resetting this inner static, you remain condemned to collapsing the same tired reality ad infinitum. Now unlock this hidden key. By regulating your nervous system, by coaxing it into a state of coherence, you gain access to a portal, consciously traversed by few. Suddenly, your body transcends survival mode, embracing creation. Your heart rate synchronizes with your breath, your brainwaves shift from chaotic dissonance to harmonious resonance. Your entire electromagnetic field expands. In this heightened state, the universe listens with a newfound attentiveness. The commands you send to the field are no longer lost in the din. They are pure, direct, potent. Bruce Lipton, the pioneering author of The Biology of Belief, reminds us that our cells aren't merely slaves to genetics. They respond to environmental signals, including those emanating from our thoughts, our emotions. But delve deeper, and you uncover a profound truth. A dysregulated nervous system ceaselessly broadcasts signals of impending danger. When your very biology is steeped in fear, your conscious mind becomes irrelevant. The quantum field registers "not safe, not ready, not now." Countless individuals unwittingly sabotage their own manifestations, oblivious to the sabotage. But imagine a counter-narrative. What if those sensations you've deemed hindrances, the constricting chest, the racing thoughts, the restless energy, were not harbingers of failure, but invitations to reset? What if each moment of overwhelm serves as a cosmic prompt, urging you to pause, breathe, align, reopen the portal? Because in the realm of quantum mechanics, prior to a particle's transition to a new state, it enters a liminal space, a realm of infinite potential where it can morph into anything. Your nervous system mirrors this phenomenon. Poised on the precipice of a breakthrough, it wavers, falters. If you possess the wisdom to meet this instability, you can transmute it into a gateway, a conduit to your quantum leap. Stay with me, for I intend to do more than merely elucidate why your nervous system serves as the portal to miracles. I intend to equip you with the tools to reset it, to transcend survival, to embrace creation, to silence the noise and embrace coherence. Once you experience this profound shift, you'll never approach manifestation with the same naivete. It was never about the intensity of effort expended, but about the depth of regulation attained within. This is where the true miracles originate. Science is now echoing what mystics have known for millennia. Your nervous system is not simply biological hardware. It is a gateway, an antenna, a transmitter of your interaction with the quantum field. Neuroscience reveals the autonomic nervous system's dual nature. The sympathetic state, the stress response, the primal fight or flight, and the parasympathetic state, rest, repair, and creative resurgence. The tragedy lies in the countless lives perpetually entrenched in the former. Bodies awash in stress hormones, perception narrowed to threat detection, energy fields collapsing inwards. This is survival, and survival slams the door shut on creation. But here's where quantum mechanics interjects its narrative. In physics, coherence is paramount, the bedrock of powerful phenomenon. When photons or particles achieve coherence, they move in perfect harmony, giving rise to laser beams, superconductors, states of unparalleled efficiency. Conversely, incoherence scatters energy in all directions. Your body and consciousness mirror this dynamic. A dysregulated nervous system embodies incoherence, thoughts, emotions, and bodily signals all pulling in conflicting directions, intentions lost in the white noise. The quantum field remains unresponsive to this cacophony, reflecting back only chaos. Dr. Joe Dispenza, through countless workshops and rigorous studies, has demonstrated that when individuals guide their nervous systems towards coherence, often measured by heart rate variability and brainwave synchronization, they spontaneously experience what others might deem miraculous. Spontaneous healing, unexpected opportunities, profound shifts in relationships. Why? Because the quantum field is no longer responding to desperate thoughts, but to the coherent electromagnetic signal radiating from a regulated body. The balanced nervous system serves as a conductor, not static. Let's delve deeper. Your vagus nerve, often called the wandering nerve, serves as the primary conduit for parasympathetic activation. By intentionally activating it through breathwork, meditation, or even mindful awareness, you signal to your body you are safe. Safety, in turn, becomes the cornerstone of expansion. In the sanctuary of safety, your brain transitions from the frenetic high beta waves of stress to the calmer alpha and theta states. States intimately linked to creativity, intuition, and a deep connection with the quantum field. These brain states are not random occurrences. They represent measurable frequencies of resonance, aligning you with realities beyond the confines of mere survival. Quantum physics introduces another dimension. John Wheeler's participatory universe theory postulates that reality only solidifies into form when observed. But what transpires when your observation is tainted by fear? You collapse realities that mirror that fear. Conversely, when your observation originates from a place of coherence, you collapse realities brimming with abundance, joy, and expansion. Your nervous system is, in essence, the lens through which you perceive, the regulator dictating the frequency to which you are attuned when you gaze into the quantum field. Imagine this: your body steeped in stress, your signal to the field scrambled. You might be visualizing abundance, yet your heart rate screams, "I am unsafe." The universe disregards your words. It heeds your vibration. And vibration, invariably, speaks with greater honesty than thought. This explains Dr. Dispenza's frequent assertion that you cannot think your way to a new reality. You must feel your way there. And genuine feeling is an impossibility when your nervous system is dysregulated. But here lies an extraordinary opportunity. You don't require years of arduous study to initiate this shift. Simple, intentional practices designed to soothe the nervous system have been demonstrated to unlock coherence almost instantaneously. Slow, rhythmic breathing, heart-focused meditation, gratitude practices that fundamentally alter brain chemistry. Bruce Lipton astutely reminds us that cells, when not in a state of defense, instinctively switch to growth. Your nervous system functions in the same manner. When it perceives safety, it grows, expands, and opens, creating the precise conditions the quantum field requires to deliver new realities. Pause and reflect. How much of your life has been devoted to manifesting from a place of stress? How many times have you recited affirmations while your body remained locked in tension, shoulders taut, breath shallow? Can you now understand why these efforts proved futile? It wasn't that the universe ignored you, it was that your nervous system effectively blocked the signal. Reset the system and the quantum field responds, not gradually, but instantly, because coherence transcends effort. And here lies the most empowering revelation. In shifting your nervous system, you are not merely regulating your biology, you are reprogramming your relationship with the quantum field itself, signaling to the universe, I am safe, I am open, I am ready. The quantum field, acting as a perfect mirror, reflects this sentiment back to you. This isn't mere spirituality, this is quantum science in action. Having grasped the pivotal role your nervous system plays as a bridge between yourself and the quantum field, let us transition from theory to practical application. The pervasive misconception lies in equating manifestation with mental exertion, thinking harder, visualizing longer, or repeating affirmations with greater zeal. The truth, however, is far simpler. The state of your nervous system dictates whether those intentions ever leave your body as a coherent signal. To reshape your reality, you must first reset your internal system, a feat attainable far more rapidly than you might imagine. Let's begin with the bedrock, breath. Neuroscience reveals that breath, uniquely, can be both automatic and consciously regulated, serving as your direct access point to the autonomic nervous system. Studies indicate that slow, rhythmic breathing, approximately 5 to 6 breaths per minute, naturally elevates vagal tone, activating your parasympathetic state. But here's where the quantum manifestation piece fits in. By breathing in this manner, with focused intention, you transcend mere physical calming. You are broadcasting a signal of coherence to the universe. You are literally telling the quantum field, I am safe, I am aligned, I am ready. Here's a straightforward exercise inspired by Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations and validated by rigorous neuroscience. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly for a count of 5. Hold for 2. Exhale for 7. As you inhale, visualize drawing energy from the base of your spine upwards towards your heart center. As you exhale, release any lingering tension, doubt, or fear back into the field. Continue this practice for a minimum of 3 minutes. What you are undertaking is far more profound than simple relaxation. You are synchronizing heart and brain rhythms, fostering what the HeartMath Institute terms heart-brain coherence. In this state, the electromagnetic field surrounding your heart becomes ordered, amplified, and broadcast-ready. The second essential step involves emotional priming. Your nervous system is intrinsically wired to respond to emotions, not logic. Gratitude, love, and joy are not mere pleasantries. They are high-frequency states that fundamentally reset your neurochemistry. By intentionally cultivating gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters that signal safety to the body. This in turn reduces cortisol production, shifting your entire physiology into a state of coherence. But here's the crucial caveat: you must experience it authentically. Refrain from merely thinking I am grateful. Instead, flood your body with the genuine sensation of already receiving. This embodied feeling is what the quantum field translates into concrete form. The third critical step is intentional stillness. This might seem counterintuitive in a culture that venerates incessant doing, but quantum creation does not spring from action, it springs from being. Following your breathwork and emotional priming, sit in silent contemplation for a few minutes, observing without the compulsion to control. Neuroscientists refer to this as engaging the default mode network, the part of the brain active when your focus shifts from the external world to internal contemplation. In this quiet space, old neural pathways begin to dissolve, creating space for new ones to form. It is within this stillness that the quantum field solidifies your new signal. And here science and spirituality converge seamlessly. Quantum physics tells us that prior to an observation being made, particles exist in a state of superposition, occupying multiple possibilities simultaneously. A reset nervous system becomes the observer that collapses the reality of abundance, health, or love into tangible form. However, if your system is stressed, fragmented, or incoherent, you will collapse the same old familiar patterns. This reset practice ensures that every observation you make from this heightened state is charged with coherence, rendering manifestation not only possible, but instantly. And here, science and spirituality converge seamlessly. Quantum physics tells us that prior to an observation being made, particles exist in a state of superposition, occupying multiple possibilities simultaneously. A reset nervous system becomes the observer that collapses the reality of abundance, health, or love into tangible form. However, if your system is stressed, fragmented, or incoherent, you will collapse the same old familiar patterns. This reset practice ensures that every observation you make from this heightened state is charged with coherence, rendering manifestation not only possible, but instantly. Many underestimate this simple practice, dismissing it as too easy. They question, can merely breathing and cultivating gratitude truly transform my life? The answer is an unequivocal yes, and science wholeheartedly corroborates this. Dr. Richard Davidson at the University of Wisconsin has demonstrated that even short-term meditation alters brain structure and function. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, shrinks, while the prefrontal cortex, responsible for higher-level decision-making and awareness, thickens. In essence, your brain rewires itself to cease reacting from fear and begin creating from vision. And this entire process originates with nervous system regulation. Let's elevate this further. Mysticism has always revered the body as the temple through which spirit expresses itself. In the quantum model, the body transcends its role as a mere vessel. It becomes the transmitter. By aligning breath, heart, and mind, you not only calm yourself, you literally transform into a broadcast tower for your higher self, emitting a coherent, laser-like frequency into the quantum field. And because the quantum field can't ignore coherence, it reflects it back. This isn't theoretical musings, this is fundamental physics. Pause and reflect. How often have you attempted to manifest from a scattered, anxious, survival-driven state? Can you now understand why your efforts proved futile? Resetting the nervous system is not an option, it is the foundational step. Once you experience this shift, once you feel your body descend into coherence, you will never again attempt to manifest from a place of stress, finally grasping that your nervous system is not simply biology. It is your portal to miracles. Here lies the paradox. Most believe their manifestations fail because they lack sufficient visualization, affirmation, or meditation. The reality is that their nervous system is overriding every intention with signals of stress, fear, and survival. Remember, the quantum field disregards your words. It responds to your frequency, and your nervous system is the generator of that frequency. In a state of incoherence, the quantum field receives only static. So how can you discern if your nervous system is sabotaging your manifestations? Let's examine the telltale signs. The first sign is a pervasive sense of urgency. If you constantly feel pressed for time, as if your manifestation must materialize instantaneously or it will never occur, your sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive. Urgency is the hallmark of survival mode, designed for swift action, running, fighting, or freezing, not for deliberate creation. Neuroscience has demonstrated that when cortisol floods the body, the prefrontal cortex shuts down, curtailing imagination and intuition. Even if you visualize, your body broadcasts a contradictory signal. I don't have it yet. I am in danger. The quantum field mirrors this perception. The second sign is overthinking the how. Have you ever articulated a desire only to immediately begin dissecting every conceivable way it could materialize? This is not strategic planning. It is your nervous system scanning for threats.
It is your brain's predictive coding mechanism running old patterns to ensure your safety. But here lies the irony. By fixating on the how, you inadvertently signal doubt, conveying to the field, "I don't trust the path." And the quantum field can only mirror back that lack of trust. The third sign is emotional volatility. You establish your intention one day, and the next you are consumed by fear, doubt, or anger. This emotional roller coaster is not evidence of personal deficiency. It is simply your nervous system oscillating between old survival patterns and your newly desired state. Left unchecked, these fluctuations create incoherence. Instead of transmitting a clear, laser-like signal to the quantum field, you emit a mixed frequency. Abundance one moment, scarcity the next, leading to inconsistent results. The fourth sign is physical tension. Manifestation transcends the mental realm. It is an embodied experience. If your shoulders are tight, your jaw clenched, or your chest feels heavy, your nervous system is clinging to survival. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that the body is the subconscious mind. If the body doesn't perceive safety, no amount of mental intention can override this deeply ingrained belief. Your physical tension broadcasts, "I am not yet free," and the quantum field reflects this state. The fifth sign is resistance to stillness. If sitting in silence feels unbearable, this is a clear indication of a dysregulated nervous system. In quantum terms, silence is the portal, the moment you transcend the old timeline and enter the realm of infinite possibility. However, if your nervous system is locked in fight or flight, silence feels threatening. This is why so many avoid meditation, not because of an inability to meditate, but because their bodies don't feel safe enough to relinquish control. But here lies an empowering truth. These signs are not indicators of failure. They are messengers. They are your nervous system's way of pinpointing exactly where a shift is required. Becoming aware of these signals allows you to cease fighting yourself and begin regulating yourself. Awareness itself is the first step towards coherence. As Carl Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." So, I ask you, which of these signs resonate most strongly with your own journey? Do you recognize the urgency, the overthinking, the tension, the emotional roller coaster? If so, do not view this as a setback. Consider it an invitation, a sign that you stand poised on the edge of a quantum reset. To solidify this, in the comment section below, write the phrase, "I choose coherence over chaos." When you type this, you do more than simply write words. You are making a quantum declaration, a signal that you are ready to transition from survival to creation.